Sports Talk 1080, the team. Orlando's Tuck and O'Neill with my Tuck. I'm Jerry O'Neill. Holding the football at an awkward position here, hiding an inappropriate shirt logo on this 19-year-old polo. Mike, we've seen a couple weeks of the NFL season minus the Monday night. That game will come as we do this taping. A couple of primetime games yesterday we saw, first of all, in the afternoon, I don't know who that was masquerading as Chip Kelly's offense, but Philadelphia in their home opener got booed out of Lincoln Financial, losing to Dallas, who lost Tony Romo.
Storylines, I thought Dallas was done when Des Bryant went out for half the year. I think they're even more done now that Romo is out. 2-0 start is awesome for them, but if they somehow manage to stay afloat, if they can manage to be 4-4, then they'll have a shot, believe it or not, the way that back into their schedule closes out, but I don't think they'll be able to do it. In Philly, I didn't think either one was going to be a playoff team, so the Eagles start. The Cowboys have had their number against that offense before, but obviously, if you watch the game, the problem is you can have all the fun maneuvers and fast pace you want, but if you can't block anybody, you can't win, and they can't block anybody, so they're not going to win until they figure that out.
DeMarco Murray looks as though he's yet to find his gear. I know
you can't get out of first if someone's tackling you as you take the hand off.
I was looking at Dallas' schedule. They've got a game at home to Atlanta. They got to go to New Orleans. They're home to New England. That's all ahead before they get a bye week. And they look as though without their two key offensive weapons, that could be problematic. Brandon Weeden was 7-7 in replacing Tony Romo, but you can't anticipate that kind of performance week in and week out. In the other primetime game last night, Sunday Night Football, Green Bay got a little bit of revenge. Seattle had beaten them twice last year, including the NFC Championship game at CenturyLink out in Seattle. And it was a fun game, no question about it. Marshawn Lynch couldn't get going. Green Bay was good early. Russell Wilson stole the show in the late stages of the second and the entire third. But the moxie of maybe the best player in this league, Aaron Rodgers, and Green Bay good enough to get over the hump last night.
You know, we talked about the Eagles' offensive line. The same concern coming into the year we could have said about the Seahawks' offensive line, and clearly that looks like it's going to be an issue for them. They traded for Jimmy Graham and don't use Jimmy Graham, so I don't know what the point of doing that was. And for Green Bay, it's more the same. Rodgers is a great player, lifts up the team, does a lot of great things. Green Bay's obviously going to be there. I don't think Seattle – I didn't pick them to win the division before the year started. I don't think they're going to be bad. I think they'll bounce back from an 0-2 start, but certainly they have some concerns.
Seattle at 0-2, obviously they say that teams that are 0-2, like they're 12% likely to make the playoffs, so that's because a lot of bad teams start 0-2. Baltimore and Seattle are two of those. 0-2 Chicago in front of the 12th man next week, Seattle's home opener. They've started 0-2 on the road. We'll talk about it all season long at our radio station, and that is Sports Talk 1080, the team Orlando.